Good evening. We're so glad you're joining us this Thursday. I'm Alexia Anderchek.
And I'm Maddie Grace Morris. You're watching NewsWatch Ole Miss. Now, Alexia, I can't even believe I'm saying this, but this is the last show of the semester.
I can't believe it either, but you know what they say, last show, best show, so we have to go out with a bang.
That is so true.
Well, coming up, we have a great way for you to share the Christmas spirit this season.
And later on, an interview with one of our faculty here on campus that's doing some pretty amazing things. You don't want to miss it.
But first, let's see if the weather is matching our Christmas spirit with a look at your current conditions. Here's weather anchor William Traylor.
Hey guys, simply put, it's cold. And it's going to get a lot colder as we drop down to about 21 degrees this evening. A great night for a fire and some s'mores, but an even better night to make sure you have all those pipes covered up and those outside pets brought inside. I'll tell you more in your full forecast coming up.
Thank you, William. Well, this weather isn't the only thing that's got me in the Christmas spirit.
The Salvation Army is known for helping others around the holidays through programs like Angel Trees and their Red Kettle campaign. But did you know their service continues year-round?
Yes, well, I visited the Oxford location to get the full story on how your donations can help with more than just spreading Christmas cheer.
The ringing of bells is a familiar sound during the holiday season, but what you may not be familiar with is the cause behind them. Store manager Babette Walensky shares that the COVID-19 pandemic took a heavy toll on the Salvation Army of Oxford.
That first year was long and hard because there were some days I was like, are we ever going to get this turned around? And we're one of the top performing stores now.
As one of the leaders of the Alabama, Louisiana, and Mississippi region, they aid those in need through providing necessities like clothing and food, as well as helping to facilitate connections with shelters and offering utility bill and rent assistance. This is all made possible by community donations, which are in large part collected during the holidays through their Red Kettle campaign, which this year runs from November 29th to December 24th.
I just want to serve the community that is serving me honestly and spreading some cheer.
Every cent collected at these Red Kettles stays local, helping those in need in Lafayette, Yalobusha, Marshall, and Panola counties.
Next time you hear this bell and see the Red Kettle, know that your donations are not only making a difference during the Christmas season, but helping to spread joy to those in need year-round. For NewsWatch Ole Miss, I'm Alexia Anderchek.
In other news, Roosters Blues House will be having their final last call at the end of this month. After 17 years in business on the square, Roosters will be closing its doors for good. The decision to close comes from the building's owners, who chose not to renew Roosters' lease. While no official reason has been provided, both students and Oxford residents will miss their iconic balcony, live music, and karaoke nights. Oxford Grill House, located right below Roosters, has plans to reimagine and expand into the space. This reflects the changes seen throughout the past 5 years in Oxford, with establishments catering to an older audience rather than to students. Roosters owner Scott Michael wanted things to go a little bit differently.
We could have easily sat down and worked out whatever issues they have, or if we couldn't have worked it out, do it amicably and agreeably. I'd have probably shaken their hand, we'd had dinner, and we'd have a better interview about this whole situation, but we don't. We're out, my employees are out, the customers lose a great venue.
Chief Operating Officer of Oxford, Bart Robinson, is retiring after nearly 3 decades. Robinson began his career with the city on May 26, 1998. He served in roles such as Public Works Director, City Engineer, and Assistant City Engineer, becoming COO. Under his leadership, Oxford grew from 10.7 miles to 27.5 square miles, with its population doubling to over 28,000. The mayor of Oxford wore a black lace veil at Robinson's retirement ceremony and said that she is in mourning. Hollis Green will be the new COO and will take over on January 1st.
Rebelthon hosted holiday house tours of the sorority houses here on campus to benefit the only children's hospital in Mississippi.
Reporter Caitlin Salas has more on this event of giving.
With the holidays right around the corner, it is important to celebrate but also give back. A campus organization leading up to a big campus event is all about giving back.
It's just a really great organization that gives back to Mississippi's only children's hospital. So it's really cool to come out, and the whole academic year, we're dancing, we're singing, we're celebrating all the tough kids down in Jackson who we're rooting for.
Rebelthon is a student-run organization on the Ole Miss campus in which raises money for Mississippi's only children's hospital. While this is a dance marathon, the actual 12-hour-long dance portion happens once a year, later in the year, although student volunteers fundraise and give back to these children year-round by preparing and organizing for this big event. Last week, Rebelthon kickstarted this event during the beginning of the holiday season.
We're one of the largest student organizations on campus. We fundraise, hold recruitment events for our 12-hour dance marathon that we have in the spring. So yeah, it's just a really big, fun time to raise funds and help kids in need. Our event, we actually invite the kids up to kind of come share their stories, hear the cause connections for why we do what we do. It's really beneficial to this campus to just be a part of something bigger than ourselves. And yeah, we love doing it.
Ole Miss, Panhellenic, and Rebelthon work together hand in hand for the community to see the beautiful holiday decorations at some sorority houses on Rebel Drive and Sorority Row. With a $10 tour fee, this was a great start of raising money for this dance marathon while getting in the holiday spirit. The houses that were able to be toured included Tri Delta, Phi Mu, Pi Beta Phi, Kappa Delta, Chi Omega, Alpha Delta Pi, Alpha Phi, Delta Gamma, and Kappa Kappa Gamma. I also had the privilege to talk to Chi Omega's house mom, Patty Sanders, to hear how happy she is about this charity and event.
So happy to see that we can share our home and the other sororities can share their beautiful home to help raise money. And to see that it really means a lot to me to see my girls involved doing these special events.
While Rebelthon is a great way of celebrating the children, it also touches some student volunteers' hearts and hits close to home for them. It's also a special marathon for their family members, too.
I got involved with Rebelthon because my little brother was actually a patient at Children's of Mississippi, so it's just really cool to see all these people come together and they raise funds for something that means so much to me.
Celebrated such a great night with such a great cause. Make sure to keep updated with all of your latest news here live at 5. On Rebel Drive and Sorority Row for Rebelthon, I'm Caitlin Salas, and you're watching NewsWatch Ole Miss's Holiday Edition.
Coming up on NewsWatch, I'll be sitting down with a special Ole Miss faculty member.
And later on, an update on your weather conditions. We'll be right back after the break.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
NewsWatch is a student-run newscast that goes live every week, Monday through Thursday at 5 o'clock.
NewsWatch is more than just a college team. It is an immersive learning experience. You learn certain skills that help you in your future journalism career.
RebelWatch is just a cool experience because I want to do something in the sports world, so just to get the chance to do that on a platform like this, it's just a great opportunity.
We are the only live station in the Oxford-Lafayette area, with Tupelo being the closest. We cover all local news.
Gonna be a hot one out there for move-in weekend, Ole Miss. Good luck this year, Rep.
You did it. You're home. I can't wait for you to discover the true meaning of Hotty Toddy. It's a cheer that connects us all to the red and blue. It's the moment that begins when you step on campus and continues long after you turn your tassel. I can't wait for you to discover your legacy and make the world a better place. Are you ready?
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. Our staff here on campus goes above and beyond for our students. Some staff members even run some of our social media and websites for the university. Let's send it over to anchor Alexia Anderchek for a sit-down interview with the web editor and chief for the Ole Miss website.
Thank you so much, Maddie Grace. And we're back with another 4 Good Minutes. And today I'm joined by a very special guest. Would you like to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Dennis Irwin, and I am an adjunct instructor at the journalism school and the web editor-in-chief at the university here.
Awesome. Well, we're so excited to have you on the show. Thank you so much for agreeing to come be interviewed. So you have a really interesting background. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
So I, for a long time, worked in a restaurant, and then I decided out of that I would join the Navy. And when I got into the Navy, I was very fortunate that I became a mass communications specialist, which translated pretty well to what I really wanted to do with my life, because I got to take photos, I got to write stories, I got to see amazing countries. I just got to do a bunch of great things, and then brought me to Ole Miss, and now I teach and kind of work on the website here on a regular basis.
So going from the Navy to teaching here at Ole Miss, what did that process look like for you?
Well, first I needed to get a master's degree, so fortunately I had the GI Bill, but then I just kind of found areas where I could bring new talents and new ideas, and I just kind of, based a lot of my education around learning that stuff, and then a lot of my teaching kind of evolved from those things I learned.
Awesome. So as web editor-in-chief, can you tell us what your job looks like, what a day-to-day looks like running that position?
It's probably one of the most interesting day-to-days out there. Because nothing's ever the same. So some days it's like I'll work with HR to help get their site up and moving, or edits made, or help them conceptualize some ideas that they're trying to convey. And then other days it's like you're working with an academic department trying to get some programs featured, or maybe it's making an ad for a campaign. It's pretty vast, but a lot of design and a lot of writing goes involved.
I'm sure that is a very busy schedule to have.
It's interesting though, so it's always positive.
Well, that's awesome. So teaching IMC students, a lot of those students want to graduate and become web designers, graphic designers, maybe one day take over your position as web editor-in-chief. What advice would you have for those students?
Be open to everything. If you're working on a website, you need to understand how to communicate with an engineer, you need to be able to communicate with a client, and what people want on a website is not necessarily what you as a designer think should be on a website. So you have to learn how to be compatible, and you need to learn how to be open to people's ideas and be able to visualize those, conceptualize those, and bring them to life, and then communicate those ideas to them, to your clients.
Awesome. So obviously you're the one teaching the students, but has there been one major thing that the students have taught you?
Be adaptable. Youth has evolved a lot faster. When I first started teaching 7 or 8 years ago, the student was a different model. I don't want to be reductive, but now they're different. They know more. They come in with a vast knowledge. So it's like, how do you take that knowledge that they're bringing and adapt your teaching so they're learning at the level they're coming into your classroom?
That is so interesting. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
So great to chat with you. And back to y'all at the desk.
Thank you, Alexia. Before we go to break, let's get another weather update. William, could you tell us a little bit about tonight's conditions?
I certainly can. It is going to be a chilly one. If you live in one of the historic houses in Oxford, you'll want to keep a faucet running or two, because it is going to get so cold that those pipes will freeze. We'll have more right after the break.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Elmer loves to giggle. Elmer's mommy taught him that laughing can help when you have a big feeling, like when you feel when you're happy and laugh it out. Love your mind.
Because I love you. I want to be your only guy.
Because I love you, skip class with me. Let's stay in bed today.
Because I love you, I just want to be with you so freaking much. Because I love you.
I waited for you after Chem Lab.
You were walking with Mark?
Because I love you.
You shouldn't be hanging out with that dude.
You should know how dumb that makes me look. I don't care if she's your lab partner.
Why do you have texts from him?
Because I love you. This number, delete.
Because I love you. This Jason number,
delete.
And Ben,
delete.
Because I love you, I should smash your phone.
I'll let you give me your password instead.
Because I love you.
I will check your texts every day.
You got lucky. Because I love you.
Because I love you.
You think it's okay?
Because I love you. You understand.
Because I love you, you stop talking to your classmates. And you feel completely alone.
Because I love you. That's not love.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. 27 degrees is what it says it feels like, and that's what we put on the screen 15 minutes ago. Now it's already down to 22 in just the past 15 minutes. It is going to be a chilly evening, but we're kind of used to it at this point. It's December the 5th, and it's just going to get colder. 33 currently in Oxford, but tonight it's going to get even colder. We're going to be freezing, and you'll want to prepare for that. Let's take a look around the area right now. 34 in Holly Springs, 38 in Corinth, and 38 as well in South Haven. If we kind of were to draw a line right here through Lafayette, Pontotoc, Lee, and Monroe counties, Itawamba County, you would see that below this line we have warmer temperatures. Above it we have colder temperatures, and that's going to be the case for quite a while. We always have that slight cutoff right there in that area, and that bodes well for Oxford. But tonight it is just going to be so cold that that line is really not going to matter much for anybody. The difference between 25 and 22 is quite negligible, I'd have to say, and that's what we're looking at this evening. 22 degrees for your low tonight. Those winds at 5 miles an hour is going to make that 22 feel, well, like 21 or 20, but either way, it's going to be cold. Those faucets will need to be running, the jackets will need to be had, and you'll want to keep something in your car like a blanket or something just in case an unfortunate event happens and you're stuck in that vehicle. You don't want that situation to happen. Keep something in your vehicle and just be safe for this colder weather, especially in Mississippi. We don't see weather like this often. A few tips to stay safe during that cold weather. Your pipes, you want those to be draining. You want those to be running. Your pets, it's cold outside. Guys, the pets are just as cold as you are. Walk outside without a jacket for 10 minutes. It's cold. Your pets are cold. Bring them in if you can. Let them stay inside. Let them get warm. Keep them safe. Home heating. Heaters are the #1 causes of house fires during the winter, so you'll want to make sure that any of those space heaters, even the propane heaters, have at least 3 foot of clearance around them from anything flammable, because that will get very hot very quickly, and again, the #1 cause of house fires during the wintertime. And of course, people, you'll want those layers to be on. You want as little exposed skin as possible, and you want to limit your time outside with that exposed skin and just generally outside, because it's going to be cold. This is the type of weather where flu and colds and sickness and strep come in. This is prime time for that. So make sure you take care of yourself, take care of your pets, take care of your home, and we will get through this together. Tomorrow we're looking at 41 degrees for a high, which is going to be significantly warmer compared to 22. So we will see that come through tomorrow at about noon or so for that high. 10 to 15 mile an hour for your winds, 30% chance of precipitation, but that precipitation really won't come through until this weekend. We're going to get some warm temperatures, and warm temperatures in December always means that we're getting storms. But first, let's look at our highs tomorrow. About the same as we are right now. 39 for South Haven, 40 for Corinth, 42 here in Oxford. About the same as the last map that we showed you. We're really staying in that area for the next couple of days until this next front comes through that will bring a significant chance for rain and even some severe weather to our area. Let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. Friday 43, Saturday 54, and Sunday 56. We're really getting those temperatures back up so that severe weather can come through. That's going to provide enough fuel in the atmosphere to bring that severe weather, to bring that potentially dangerous storms through our area. But after we get through with Monday, we will see a gorgeous Tuesday with a 60-degree high and a 32-degree low and all sunshine. So you'll want to enjoy that 60-degree weather for probably the last time for December and for the year 2024. It's going to be great, and I hope y'all enjoy it out there this weekend or this next week especially.
I know I said I wanted the colder weather, but guys, I'm taking it back now. I retract my statement.
22 is a little bit too low, not quite that.
I'm ready for the 60s to come back.
At 60s, I was telling y'all we need to keep it, and y'all were like, no.
You know what? You were right, and I apologize. Well, this is the perfect weather for some indoor sports. Why don't you tell us what we have coming up?
Absolutely. Coming up, do you need a study break? Well, the Rebs have some big games on the road tonight. Check back in after the break to hear about how you can watch these and more.
Funny thing about Hannah is she never crawled. She skipped it entirely. Went straight to walking and running. She was such an eager little girl. Guess she was always looking for the next amazing thing. I know that Hannah loved every one of you.
Are you looking for more in this world? Are you driven by purpose? Then we are looking for you. The big-hearted, the bold, the change makers. We are the Peace Corps. With volunteers in more than 60 countries, we join hands with communities, live together, work together, transform lives, and serve boldly. Together. Are you ready to go the distance to make a difference? Then we have a place where you belong. Join us.
Think buying fake products is harmless? Think again. Think fake cosmetics are tested and safe? Think again. Think that medicine you can buy off social media is high quality? Think again. Counterfeits are made in unsafe conditions, potentially using hazardous and even lethal ingredients that could harm you and others. Each year, billions of dollars worth of counterfeit products are sold in the U.S. I smell big crime. Think about it. If you don't know where the products came from, how could you know where the money goes? You're smart. Buy smart. Go for real.
Welcome back. I'm Caroline Dardo with Sports Watch. The Rebels got a win on the road at Louisville on Tuesday night, winning 86-63. Dre Davis recorded a season-high 20 points with 9 out of 12 from the floor. Their shooting ability pushed the Rebels to a 40-31 lead through one half of play as the Rebels shot 50% from the floor. The Rebels held the Cardinals to their fewest threes in a half this season. Malik Dia led Ole Miss with 6 rebounds, and Sean Padula led the Rebels with 7 assists. For most of the team, the Rebels, this is the most for him with the Rebels on his chest. And with this exciting win, fans are thinking more about SEC play. Auburn is heading to Oxford as one of the premier games of the season on February 1st. According to Ole Miss Athletics tickets office, they have officially sold out of all reserved seats for the matchup. Tickets for the Auburn game can still be grabbed by purchasing the SEC mini plan or season tickets at Ole Miss Athletics office. Based on the standings today, this will be the second year in a row the Rebels and Tigers have met on the court where both teams are ranked. As for the rest of the SEC games at the men's home court, tickets are still available. And the Lady Rebs are ready for the second edition of the SEC ACC Challenge at NC State. Number 18 Ole Miss women's basketball is in Raleigh, North Carolina to face off against number 24 NC State tonight. The Rebels look to take down the 2024 national semifinalists as the Wolfpacks. In the series, Ole Miss trails NC State 3-1 with only one win in 1989. In that game, the Rebels defeated the number 10 Wolfpack 68-63 in the Mid-East Regional Semifinal round. Similar to today's team, Ole Miss's defense was the star of their show. Coach Yo values the importance of playing top-tier opponents in non-conference play. The Rebels have shown their domination this season and will look forward to seeing it again tonight at 6 p.m. on ESPN2. And right off the historical selection of the NCAA tournament, The Ole Miss volleyball program is off to Nebraska as they face 7th seed Florida State in the first round. The Rebels are going into their fifth NCAA tournament in program history. They're facing tough competition against the number 21 ranked Seminoles as they seek out their first win. Junior Cammie Neeson was named the SEC Scholar Athlete of the Year, the first Rebel to win this award since the inception in 2003. Nielsen stands at 1,369 career digs with a total ranking 4th all-time at Ole Miss and just 9 away from sole possession of 3rd place. The Rebels are playing Florida State right now, so after the show, go ahead and tune into the game to see how our Lady Rebs are doing. And that's all I have for sports. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for our final semester episode of our sports talk, the show Rebel Watch. Tomorrow at 5 on YouTube. NewsWatch Ole Miss will be back after the break.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love. Love is the majority. Filling up something far more important than any feed. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our every day with understanding, empathy, and compassion, leaving hate to become what it truly is, a whisper.
I'm Woodsy Owl. In order to try and stop pollution, we need more help. So, help Woodsy spread the word. Come on, never be a dirty bird. No matter where you go, you can let some people know to give a hoot, don't pollute. Never be a dirty bird. In the city or in the woods, help keep America looking good.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. It is our last official show of the semester, which means that Christmas break is upon us.
Let's see what Starbucks has in store for us this winter.
Starbucks, the popular coffee chain, has recently launched their holiday drink specials. Their Christmas-flavored coffees are sold in their famous red Christmas cups and are only available for the holiday season. I was able to try 2 of their holiday drinks.
First, I'm going to try the peppermint mocha. Let's see how this is. I love this. This is delicious. This is so good. I love peppermint. I'm a big fan, so I rate this an 8 out of 10. I wish there was a little bit more peppermint, though. Okay, next I'm going to try, this is an iced drink. This is the iced gingerbread chai latte. I'm going to try it. Ooh, this was really good. It's kind of sweet, but I definitely taste the chai. I don't really know what makes it gingerbread, maybe some little cinnamon, but I would rate it a 7 out of 10. I think I like the mocha more. I think I like the peppermint mocha.
Thanks for watching. These drinks definitely got me in the holiday spirit, and I'll probably order them again. Lifestyle reporter Logan Kennedy, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
Before we sign off for the semester, we want to give a special shout out to Mr. Roy, who is retiring tonight. We just want to say thank you so much for all you've done for us. Well, that's all we have for tonight. Make sure to tune in next semester. I'm Alexia Iterchek.
And I'm Maddie Grace Morris with your latest news.
I'm Caroline Dardo with Sports Watch.
And with Storm Watch, I'm William Traylor.
Be sure to keep up with us on our socials and tune in next semester at 5. NewsWatch Ole Miss, where we keep it live
and keep it local.